Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do an unboxing video of our Center Mount Exhaust Valance for 1993 to 2002 Camaros. So we offer a few different types of center mount exhaust tips. The one that I happen to have today was the one that's going on my 91 Camaro. It's the more square rectangular shapes involved. But this is just your average center mount exhaust. We have some that are two tips, we have the OEM style that's cast, and then we have a lot of stainless versions that are really pretty and durable. But today what we're talking about is the actual valance that goes on your bumper and frames these bad boys. So this is exactly what you would get from us. Whatever cardboard was laying around that we can make a box out of to fit this thing to be as cheap as possible in shipping for you guys. And almost out. There we go. This one's literally a Home Depot box. So yeah, you're gonna get stuff like that. However, what you want to do is just take the valance out of the box. It's gonna be all crazy, wonky, and everything else. All you need to do is set this out in the sunlight. It will actually reform itself. Leave it out in the sunlight for a few hours, maybe a day, depending if it had to go from us in California all the way to you in Florida, or maybe even out of country. But this is it. This is our center mount exhaust valance. That's the opening. This would be looking at the rear of the car. This is based off of the SLP CME exhaust valance that you could get optional on the cars. So the reason I keep grunting is because this thing's kind of heavy. So it's not exactly like the OEM one, because the OEM one would get hot and we'd have waves and it didn't last as long. This is a much thicker urethane, but it is urethane. It's not ABS plastic, which means that you can bend it and twist it and conform it. You'll never have any problems with this guy. Little places right here that you can screw into the factory holes where your bumper attaches to the body. We have another one of those here if you want to add some screws to keep it up above the exhaust. Again, this is nice thick urethane so that you don't have to worry about the exhaust melting it. Not that your exhaust tips get that hot at this point. I mean, you could literally touch this one with your hands, especially because of the design, and you would not get burned. There's not much else to it, guys. So this is what you get. Comes with double-sided 3M tape. This is VHB tape. All you need to do is prep your bumper pretty well, use Prep Cell, pull it off, stick this on there. If for any reason you ever need to put more 3M tape on, literally you can just go to any Home Depot or Lowe's or hardware store and get a 3M double-sided VHB, that's the stronger version, VHB double-sided mounting tape. Sorry for all the motorcycles. The only other thing I would say is that when you're putting this on, I promise you it's not too short or too long. I've gotten that for a decade that I've made these now. And you know, it can't be both. It's an injection molded product. And what's happening is when SLP designed these, there was no body line to go off of. So it's just where they decided it should go, and just the nature and the shape of the bumper. I don't remember exactly, but it's something along the lines of, if you go too high, it's like too short. If you go too low, it's too long. I think I have those backwards. But too short or too long, meaning where you come to the bumper here, too short or too long, that just means you kind of need to adjust your height, and then it'll kind of get right where it needs to be. Now from the factory, SLP made these stand off the bumper just a little bit. That's why we recommend just putting a self-tapper right here. You do get some basic instructions. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's very basic instructions. It's just telling you how to properly prep and use urethane. Again, the biggest thing, guys, is get it out of the box as soon as you can. Lay it in the sun, let it warm back up, get it shaped back, and then test fit it on the car, figure out where your line is. I like to put a piece of painter's tape once I found the line, and then pull the valance back off, pull off the 3M tape, get it all ready, scuffed. If you need to, this is a nice big valance once again, and you have plenty of room to feather this edge when you're sanding and painting it, so that when you feather this edge, it looks like it's just like super tight against the body. So a lot of problems with the OEM one, they were thin and wavy. With ours, we give you enough material that you can just feather the top of it. It's kind of like a bevel, and then it'll just transition smoothly into your stock bumper. So that's it, guys. That's our CME Valance. We've been making this for about a decade and a half now. To be honest, they are made right here in California, injection molded, and normally we have these out to you in 5 to 10 business days. Now you will notice, like this one's been sitting in my garage for a while, my 3M tape's coming off here. That happens sometimes because these things will gas and still release on us. So this one's probably fresh out, and I never obviously put it out in the sun. So if this happens to you, it's no big deal. Just rubbing alcohol off, use different VHB tape. Back in the day, when it was summer '86 and Raptor WS6, Gil Martinez and Mike Summer, we would rivet these onto the bumper and just blend them in. But you don't have to do that. Get some VHB tape if this one sucks, and you know, whoever you order this from, if you get it from iRock or Mag or Etsy, whatever else, if this happens, we'll give you 20 bucks back to get more 3M tape. But again, this won't happen if you don't do what I did, which is leave it in your box, leave it in the box in the garage for the past 2 months probably. So yeah, that's it. You get the Valance, pull it out of the box, put it in the sun, fit it on the car, put a tape line up there so you know where it goes, pull it off, get it nice and prepped, paint it however you want to. One thing when you paint it, do remember that you don't want to lay it on a workhorse and paint it like this, because it's not going to flop right on the car. So it needs to be level, just like it would be on the car. Get it some way level, and then spray your color on it. I guess I'll just go and show you some more CME tips and pictures. This is the one that's going on my car. Maybe I'll swing the camera around and hold it up over there. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I've been making this thing for 15 years. We've gone through a few molds, but it's the same tooling files and stuff like that. So if you have any questions or concerns, I definitely can answer them for you. Thanks for watching this. If you guys want to see videos of anything else that we make, just drop it in the comments and I'll do my best. Alright, this is the best I can do by myself. But take a look at that. So we made it to kind of match the bumper shape, and I'm going to build a diffuser around it with some blades. But I figured 15 years of making these cool tips just for 93 to 2002 Camaros, it's time the third gen's got some love. So thanks for watching. If you want to see what this looks like, subscribe. I should have it on in the next 3 or 5 years.